Today's been such an interesting day that yesterday was a very interesting day, but today being a very more interesting day of being able to be about something that is completely different. I wonder how many of y'all run into situations where you run into something completely different after something so, say, devastating, challenging, and just misleading in a way at the same time really comes to you, where you just keep on pushing through it, keep on getting past it, and just come to realize, like, I needed that. I needed that challenge. I needed that difficult time. I needed that stress. I needed that struggle. I needed those problems to just happen to me so that I can be able to get to where it is I am today. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. And today, I feel very blessed today in a way of being able to have a better understanding of myself and being able to talk through some things and go through some things and deal with some things that I don't think I've ever dealt with in my life. And being able to deal with those problems and those issues in a way to be able to help me out instead of see the destruction that I could have been a part of, that I used to be a part of. When the same and similar things would happen to me, the same thing would happen with just me being on the same path, but realizing that this time I want to do something different and be about something different and be able to show something different so that I can be able to, say, like, upgrade my life in a different way, that I don't want to be the same. And there's one thing that I just have come to really recognize and really know is being absolutely amazing on this planet is that everything is changing, everything is cruising, everything is constantly just upgrading. It's not staying the same, and you don't ever want to be the same or stay the same. You want to make sure that you're always headed into a direction of change. And that change, sometimes it's challenging. It's really hard. It really just can make you feel defeated. It can really just make you feel really small, just belittled and tiny and just insignificant and worthless and meaningless and pointless and all that stuff. It can make you feel that way when change happens. Sometimes change is very, very challenging. But sometimes when we run into those very, very difficult times, those difficult situations, those difficult ways, we realize that now the change that we're a part of because we went through that is absolutely amazing. It's just absolutely a great thing. And it's something for me that I want to read something from the book of Genesis in the 50th chapter down to the, I believe it's the 12th verse. Nope, the 20th verse. But I'm going to start at the 19th verse. So this is, let me double check all that I just said. Genesis 50, of the 15th verse. Of the 19th verse. It says, "But Joseph said to them, 'Don't be afraid. I am in the place of God. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children.' And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them." It's something interesting to me of being able to read such a thing, because sometimes a lot of us think that it's like the enemy or the devil or the Satan that's doing stuff that seems like it's tragic in our lives, when in reality it's not that at all. It's God pushing us to help us, to guide us, to show us how much he loves us, to be able to get through some things that we've been struggling with. That once we're able to get through those things that we're struggling with, we're going to be able to see a completely different light on this planet. And that light is going to be able to bring more of being able to help more people instead of just trying to help your own self. That I think a lot of us are stuck in this life, in this living of just trying to figure out how to just fix yourself, get through, be able to deal with yourself, be able to just get through an addiction, get through a problem, get through a depression, get through all this stuff. Where as opposed to realizing that we are here to make sure that we can help another person, to help another being, to help another presence, to help another even animal, another plant, to help something more than just our own selves. That we're stuck today in this weird society of just, there's like a million books on like self-help and self-reflection and self this and self that, and there's not much on like how to do for others and be about for others and make others' lives better, and not caring about your life and worrying to make sure that someone else's life is better. That's the mission that we should really be on, as opposed to just thinking so much about what it is that we got. And that's why for me it's such a beautiful thing to be able to know and have a good understanding of who God and what God is all about, and what Jesus is all about, to be able to keep on forcing and pushing and getting me to be in a position of stop worrying so much about me and what's wrong with me and what's going on with me, to realize that everything is fine with me, everything is good with me, and someone else needs to hear some information so that we collectively can back and forth say stuff to each other that's going to be able to get ourselves into a better case, instead of always just going in places and saying stuff to people about my life sucks and this is no good and this is no great and I can't this and I can't that, I'm not being able to make it happen with this, as opposed to saying like, what is that you need some help with? Because that's what I'm here to do. And you at the other side looking at me and saying, hey Mark, I got this that I can see going on with you, and let me help you out. That's what we should be and need to continue to keep on doing. Hey Johnny, come here. Let's get down. That's what we need to continue to keep on focusing more of our time on being able to get through the problems that we have. And the problems that we have are going to be revealed to us the closer and closer and the more intimate that you want to become with understanding who and what God is all about and what the creator of this earth and this planet and everything is all about. So once you start to get a real good understanding of that, things are going to come to you to be able to help you be able to get in a completely different place on this planet that's going to be able to set you away from just yourself, to be able to let you know that you are good, you are awesome, you are amazing, and you're fine, everything's all right. To be able to get you further into a completely different situation, to be able to help out someone who is, say, more in need. That I know we all are in our own problems and have our issues, but I'm telling you, there's more out there that is having way more problems and way greater of a sticky situation that you have ever even been a part of and been in your entire life. That someone is hurting and someone needs your words. Someone needs your support. Someone needs your kindness. Someone needs your love to show them how to be able to get through some stuff. And it's something for me today that just really kind of just amplified and upgraded who I am and what I am today to be something completely different. That no matter what all this damaging stuff is going on and these challenging things, that this is broken, that is broken, this ain't working, that ain't working, all that's going on, I still have something that's able to just look at me and just say, hey, you know what, how about this and how about that, and this is okay over here and that's okay over there. And that's something that we all really just absolutely need to start being about, instead of worrying about what it is that I don't have and what it is that I can't get and what it is that I'm not a part of and what it is that I'll never be able to get to. That stuff that is super damaging. And man, it's something that is just very interesting, because today something very interesting happened the first time I'm going to say ever. It is a very weird situation that there's no cell service here today. My phone just decided it's a no-go. That got emails saying we just broke down, we broken. And we're not going to be up for 12 more hours. We don't even know when we're going to be up. And it's a very interesting situation, because it's something that, you know, we rely upon. We kind of need. We kind of just enjoy at the same time. And when it's not there, we get into a little bit of a scramble. And it's something to me that just was like a whole just a understanding of just the differences that's going on out here. Of there's certain stuff that I just don't need to focus on so much, and there's other things that I should really focus more on to try to gain and get and be about something better. That once I start to focus on the things that actually do matter, life is just going to become much more simpler. And realizing today that the telephones just aren't working, the internet's just not working, the phone calls aren't working. I can't even make a phone call right now. I can't even. Yeah, that's fine. I can say that now. But I can't even call certain people to be able to get certain people because of the certain circumstance that I'm in with. It just doesn't work. And it's a very interesting thing, because it's something that kind of brings a sense of security to you. It kind of brings a sense of just relief to you. And when you don't have it, you kind of are in a little, like, I don't know, I'm in a little bit of scramble. And it's something that is just super interesting to me, because I've just come to realize, I just look at it and just say, okay, whatever. Let's just go do that instead. Let's go over here instead. Let's go make that happen instead. Let's go check this out instead. Let's just go do something, anything outside of what it is that is the normal and is what everyone else in reality is doing. To get away from myself to start to do something for somebody else. It's such an interesting thing that is just, the more and more I keep on living, the more that I just really truly understand, like, that's just what it is that we're all about out here and trying to do out here and trying to be able to make happen out here. Is stop worrying so much on you. That if you have issues, just pray and ask about it so that you can get through it, so you can get some guidance to be able to get better with yourself. And once you start getting better with yourself, now the real magic is really going to start happening. Now the real tests and trials are really going to start to be able to come to you, so that you can actually start to experience and be able to do something amazing on this planet. But if you're just stuck in the woe is me, if you're just stuck in the woe is me and everything is bad and everything is no good, you're very, very limited. Hey, Oreo, you're very, very limited on what it is. Let's do that. Yep, let's get down. You're very limited on what you're able to actually be able to do for anything or anybody on this planet. You're very limited, because you're still stuck in, I'm not getting my needs met. My satisfaction is not met. My problems are not met. My situations are still damaging. My relationships are still no good. My this is no right. My that is no right. And you just keep on running into that you're not able to see the beauty and the greatness on this planet. And I'm telling you, the number one way of being able to see the beauty and the greatness on this planet is to be able to just ask for things for your own self, to be able to get yourself away from the enslavement of your own self, so that you can see what's going on out here with everything else and everybody else. That's something that is just so powerful, that once you have a good understanding of you're good. And what you're in control of is what you're in control of, which is your own body, what you eat, what you consume, and what you drink. Outside of that, You can't control this person, this scenario, this situation, this thing, these animals. I can't control any of this. I can give it some recommendations. I can give it some assistance, but I can't force it or demand it or try to make it do or be about anything. It just is what it is. And that's something that is just an amazing thing to be able to be a part of. Knowing that since I can't control it, I don't need to control it. Now I can release some information out that is going to be able to get you in a better place, in a better situation. And that is what I understand of who Jesus is and what he's all about and what he's able to do for me. That I have a good understanding of knowing that a lot of people have a different name and have a different let's get down. Have a different name, have a different sense, have a different wordage, have a different everything that that you use with that word instead of saying the name of Jesus. But it doesn't matter which name that you're saying. It's within your heart and what you're doing and what you're thinking and what's going on with you. That's the truth and the main thing behind everything that's here. It's not a specific name. It's your heart and what you believe and what you're doing and what you're all about. That when you're saying that this is what I am in my heart, you're looking out and worrying about the next person next to you and realizing that you're good, you're fine, everything's all right with you, and you're to make sure that the next person is going to be able to jump along and move along. And sometimes we've got to go through some challenging things, some damaging things to be able to get the revelation that we need to just get away from ourself and our problems and our issues, to realize like someone else is hurting, man. Someone else is struggling, girl. We got other people out here that are needing some assistance, and it's for us as a collective to start to focus more on that instead of focusing just on what I need and what I got going on. With that, man, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for Oreo. You challenging me today, home fries. Get down. I just want to say thank you for a very interesting day today of like I said, for the first time, there's no phone service for my specific phone, and I don't know about other people's phones if they've gotten the same issues or not going on, but I just know for me and my specific situation that it kind of wisened me up in a way of realizing what really matters and what I should really be focusing on. That sometimes we can get into a little bit of a scramble of like, I need this and I need that, and I can't live without this and I can't live without that, and I need to research this, I need to look this, I need to do this and I need to do that, just to come to realize like you didn't need to do any of that. You actually just needed to sit down and just maybe just go look at a tree. Maybe just stand up and just go look and be in a part of some grass. Maybe just need to go out and just go do something that has nothing to do with the said technology that's going on out here. And I'm so thankful to be able to know that that's a way more higher level of fulfillment than worrying about what my telephone has to say. Who's trying to constantly call me all the time? Who's trying to constantly text me all the time? Who's trying to do any of that to me all the time? Sometimes that can be an absolute distraction to get you away from doing what it is that you should be and need to be, and in reality want to be doing. That once we can put that down and put that away, we can start to be able to do something absolutely fantastic. Start to become more creative. Start to be able to express more of who we are and put that out there for the world, for people to be able to see. Because your creativeness that's in you is going to be able to put a smile, be able to put joy on someone else's face, and you're going to be able to bring something great to that other person by what it is that you have inside of you that is super creative. But when you stuck and struggling and feeling hurting and damaged, you're not thinking and seeing life that way. You're thinking, how do I just make it today? How do I be able to get myself through it in a better situation today? How do I be able to just deal with myself today? And that's a very, very hard, a challenging way to be able to live. It's very, very hard to be doing that. And that's something that I pray for everyone to get out of that and to get away from that. And even my own self to continue to keep working on myself, to keep getting out of that. Realizing, man, you're good to go. Everything's fine with you. Once you release all the stuff that's going on, that's when you're going to be able to start to bring something new into your life. But if you're still holding on to all the old negative crap, you're not going to be able to move on to the newness. And I know that 100% fact today, that some new stuff is able to come into my life because I've let some old stuff go. And when I let that old stuff go, it was hard, it was difficult, it was challenging, but it had to be done. And when it was done, then some new things are able to move around and be able to come in, that is able to just really allow me to just calm down, just relax, just be way more at peace, be able to just understand and respect myself more and love myself more. And that's something that I just pray everyone is able to be able to get that and have that and want that and desire that, so that you can learn how to get away from yourself to start to worry about how can I help someone else. Man, I just want to say thank you.